Hello everyone, welcome back to BallySpring. It's FARMSIMGUY here, hope you're all doing well. We are just popping up to the field, just up from the farm here. We already started a little bit of ploughing and we're picking up where we left off. It's feels like a few days since we've been up here. We got through a lot of BallySpring episodes in quite a short time, but we have been slightly distracted by other things recently, so it's nice to be back. And we have finished all of our grass harvest except for one field which has got another stage of growing on it, which is actually along that path there. So we'll come back to that another time, but we have just started doing the... in fact I can leave the gate open now. We have started doing this field. We're just doing the headlands on it, and we'll get stuck in. We've actually got 3 fields that we need to plough. There we are, 156, which is the one we're in. Then down here 74, 8 and 12, actually 4 fields. So we want to get those done before we replant. We're going to have a little bit of a mix of crops in these now, I think. We've planted grass down in field 31 here. As you can see, that needs rolling as well. We'll get onto that in a little bit. But our other fields, we're maybe going to go for some crops, wheat, barley, things like that, just to build up a little bit more straw in the bank as well for animal feed. But predominantly we're going to stick with grass, but we are going to plant all of these fields so we can optimise the yield as much as possible. So, to do that, we've got to do a fair few different things, and one of them is ploughing the fields that need to be ploughed. So over the top of the hill here, I'm expecting to see, there it is, the TW with the Cavernal and plough on, and we're going to get stuck into here, and as you can see the pH values are poor as well. There's going to be a lot of lime put onto these fields. It's going to cost us a fair bit of money. So as you can see, we're not carrying much in the bank, so we need to hopefully start making a bit of cash soon. But let's get into the TW, let's get some proper ploughing done. Right, he seems to be running rather nicely now. Plough turning there, and we're going to be heading up the hill. I've put a worker on there, and I'm going to let that field run and get finished. We're going to wander back to the farm, jump in the landy, and we are going to go and do some rolling down at the other farm where we'd planted that grass seed. We're going to get that rolled and try and maximise that yield in that field as much as we can. So, we'll jump in there. So we'll probably use a 7, 8, 10. So that is down at the other farm. Still attached, I think, to the seeder or the spreader. I can't remember which. But we'll get it all unhooked and ready to go. The 7610 is in this field here. That little square field, or that little field there, needs ploughing as well. That's going to be fun with the plough around that tree, etc. But we'll make it work. And then actually the field ahead of us that's ours, if you go up that track there, just to the right, That further field of these two, not the one that's right in front of us, but the one just further back, is our field, and that needs a little bit of a plough as well, so they're the ones we need to grab. But we'll worry about those. The TW's doing a good job up in there, so we'll leave him to it, and we'll head back to the other farm. So we'll see you when we get there. Right, here we are. Let me find somewhere to park this out of the way, and we'll grab the rollers, which are over on the silage silo here. Right, got the tractor. Glad we filled up with fuel and washed it last time, so it's all ready to go. There's the rollers. Let's grab them. And it shouldn't be too far over to the field, and it shouldn't take too long, this. He says, hopefully. There we go. Grabbed. Right, we'll head over to the field and we will see you there. Right, here we are. Let's just try and roll in here without holding the traffic up too much. We still need to move our header for the combine, actually. That's been sitting there for ages. So, let's get in position and let's get this rolled. Unfold the roller. Take a little minute. But you can see there, hydraulics working. Not the widest width this, but it's going to be interesting. I want to see what the finish is, actually, because we're not on a ploughed state or anything like that. So let's see how this goes. I will drop them down. There we go, into position and roll forwards. We'll jump out. We'll have a look, because I do have installed into the base game Perma's Modding's lovely flat roller texture, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to use these. But there is our finished texture, and that looks great. The field's going to look fantastic with that done. We jump back to the map. I'm slightly in the way there, but you can see the roller needs rolling colour has started to be removed. So let's push on. Let's get this done. Right, and here we go, finishing off this field. There are a few little scraps that I'm just going to go and roll around and pick up, but ultimately we are done here, and that didn't take too long at all, so that's good. Right, here we go, last few little bits. Let's grab these, and then that's that box ticked. And now I have noticed that, let me just jump out and show you here. If I jump out and we walk back over the field here, you can see our nitrogen is still bad. We haven't sprayed this yet, but we could do that now, actually. The TW is still ploughing away in another field, so we could very quickly get the sprayer out and get this field done, and then we really are ticking all of the boxes in here. Let's get this folded up, back to the yard, and I think we might just hook this 7810 straight up to the sprayer and head on back here. So we'll see you back at the farm. Right, there we go. Rollers dropped off. I would clean them, but I think we will be needing them again in the not too distant future, so I think I'm okay with that. But what we'll do now, we've got liquid fertilizer over there, so we just need to get into the shed here and get our sprayer. So we'll grab that, we'll go and fill them up. Like I said, we'll run straight back to the field. Right, there we go, all filled up. Not a big tank, only 800 litres, but let's just have a look at this. This is the Jacktoe Condor 800, which is a lovely little sprayer, perfect for a slightly smaller farm, a slightly smaller field. So, looking forward to giving this a whirl. So let's get over to the field again, and we will see you there. So here we are in the field. As you can see, look at that field down there in the minimap. We are red as red could be, but there is literally no nitrogen on this field at all. So this is going to be long overdue, and I fully expect we're going to get through quite a lot of this. Nice wide booms on it though. We don't have many passes to do with this. I certainly no point in going in for a montage or a time lapse with this, because we will literally have it done in a couple of passes. But let's see how far we can get on one tank, because yes, we have got quite a lot that we need to apply. So there we go, nitrogen perfect, 65 kilograms per hectare, so that is good to see. Although when you jump in and you look at it on the minimap, it's only gone to an orange, but it is the maximum. It says in the top there, increasing nitrogen level to optimal value for grass on silty clay. So, done all the calculations. So, with that in mind, we have 92% left in the tank. We aren't going to need a refill on this field, definitely not. And like I said, we're probably about 3 or 4 passes away from having this done. So, we will probably just see you at the end. It's going to take me no more than a couple of minutes to do this, so we will be back very shortly. Right, there we go. Here's the last little bit. Let me just make sure that we get it all in one pass. I think we will, so that's good. Perfect. Okay, another job ticked off the list. That didn't take too long at all, and yes, pleased to see we've still got... In fact, I've just missed a bit there. I can't leave that, can I? Still got 44% of the tank full left, which is good. Oh, it's going to do that funny thing where it doesn't let you get it. No. Oh well. It is what it is. 44% of the tank left. So actually quite an efficient way of getting through things. We'll get this folded up, we'll get it back to the farm, and then we're going to go and check on the TW again. Right, back we are. Let's roll this back into the shed, I think. It's going to be a while till we need this again. Well, it's not actually. We've got a lot of other fields that need it as well, but not straight away. We've got other prep to do beforehand. Cultivator might be seeing some action in the not too distant future, and certainly in the fields that we don't need to plough. So let's get this lowered and unhooked. We'll get this parked up, and we'll head up and check on our ploughing. So I believe in the time it's taken us to roll and then spray that field, that the TW has done 3 out of the 4 fields we need. He hasn't done the one we're about to go past, actually. That is the last one he's got to do, so we could run him down to that potentially. But he's done the ones at the top, so we're just going to head up to the field. We're going to see him, just check on how things are going, and yeah, make a call from there, really. Oh, here we are. That's where he is. There's the 7610. There's the TW. Looks like he's finished already for the day. He's left everything locked up. So, look at the state of that as well. Actually, that needs a wash. What we'll do, we'll run that back to the yard. We'll give it a wash. and we'll tackle that next field, I think, in the next episode, because we are just about out of time here for this episode. So let's run this up here, we'll head back, get the TW, give it a little wash down, and we'll call it there for this episode. Right, we'll just get this folded up, or something like folded up, so we can get it onto the road and shipped home. But that has performed rather well, that setup today, I have to say. Just left it to its own devices and it's got through quite a power of work. This TW does work hard. Fantastic tractor. So the least we can do at the end of the day is give it a little bit of a birthday and a wash down, get it back to its sparkling self. And next episode, I think we're going to be diving into a lot of planting, or seeding, depending on what we're going to put in some of these fields. I do think we need to diversify our crops a lot to make up for the fact that we've only really done grass so far, other than that one small field of wheat right at the start. So we'll probably put a few more cereal crops in to help us out, but still we have, and it's uncovered still actually. If I just run around here, you can see it popping out the side of the silo. If we run around here, we still have this silage bunker that we haven't filled yet, because we've got one more field to go. And actually, we don't need it just now, because we have got our bales. We don't need this straight away. Let me just have a look in here. It's 200,000 litres in here. But I'd like to maybe fill this up a little bit more. It seems like a lot of wasted space if we don't fill this up, so we may wait for the next cut as well before we cover this up. So we'll come back to that one. But now, let's just give this a wash. So while we wash this down, I just want to say thank you very, very much for watching. It's been a little bit of a workhorse episode, this episode, but hope you've still enjoyed it. I certainly have. It's nice to drive a plough, actually. I haven't done that for a while, so there we go. That's almost back to its clean state. Make sure the plough is the same. But on that note, I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and look forward to seeing you again soon back here on BallySpring. But for now, from me, the FarmSim guy, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.